Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for joining me again today. My name is Steve Radens, and you're at the author reading experience of the book, The Happiness Effect. If you're just joining us, thank you for showing up. I hope you enjoy, you take something home from this. But go back and watch the other videos because every chapter kind of grows on the next one. And so I give you a lot of the basics of where I'm coming from, why I'm sharing this information, and basically I'm sharing it because it works for me and I know it'll work for you. But check out the other chapters because there's some good information there too. Anyway, today I'm out at Riverbend Park in northern Palm Beach County. It's in Jupiter, Florida. It's a county park actually, but it's amazing. There's a waterway right behind me, so if you see an alligator coming up to grab my butt or something, just yell, okay? Well, you can't because this is a recording, but you'll enjoy the video, I'm sure of that. Anyway, it's a beautiful park. If you're not embracing your city, state, county, national parks, you're missing out on a lot. Generally, at least in Florida where I'm at, the city, county, state parks are generally free, and the national parks you pay $5-6 to get in, and even some of those are free if you have a membership to the national parks. But I highly recommend you get outside at least an hour a day. You'll hear me say that a lot. The last video we talked about it actually. So get outside and embrace the national, state, county, and city parks because they're there for you, man. You should take advantage of that. It's a beautiful day here in South Florida. I'm glad you're here. What 3 things are you grateful for? Need to get that out of the way really quick because if you're not embracing gratitude, you're missing the whole point of living this life, man. Gratitude is a big piece of the puzzle, and you need to be grateful for something. So take 2 seconds. What are you grateful for right this second? All right, here we go. We're going to jump into chapters 10 and 11. They kind of run together, and what we're getting at is we're going to lay the groundwork. We're going to set your foundation so that you understand why nature is a better approach than the processed, man-made approach. Nature provides everything our bodies need, and through my own research and just my own life experiences, I know I feel better, I think better, I live better when I embrace nature. And so I'm going to try to share that with you guys and what my theories and opinions are. If you don't agree with it, leave me some comments, man. Leave some comments. Let me know that you're out there because it's good to hear from each other and we can learn from each other. And that's an important part of life as well. So leave me some comments. Let me know what you're thinking. And then we're just going to jump right into it. This is chapter 10, and it's titled Nature Provides Balance. And it really does. Everything we need in nature provides everything we need to live a balanced life. It's pretty amazing, and it's all out there just for us. So it's kind of cool. Anyway, look deep into nature, and then you will understand everything better. Albert Einstein. No kidding, man. No kidding. Just watch how a tree grows, and it does it all by itself. We don't have to help it. All the nutrients it needs is right there in the ground where it decided to sprout up. Nature has some amazing lessons for us, and it really does provide everything that we need. Before we jump into what you should be eating, let me tell you that nature provides everything that every living thing needs. As I have said before, a tree in the forest has every nutrient that it needs and will survive without our help and without moving for hundreds of years. You are a part of nature. The universe provides everything you need every single day. It's all out there. You just need to embrace it and go out and get it. And that should make you feel pretty cool, man, because when you wake up in the morning and you think, oh, my life sucks, I gotta go to this job I hate, I don't have enough money, my parents are sick, Joe's in the hospital, whatever your negative thought is, push that away for a second. Because when you wake up and you look outside in nature, you look at a tree, you should just be aware that everything you need has already been provided for you. For us, everything we need is right out here in nature. Think about each individual continent on planet Earth. Now visualize how nature provides every nutrient that every living thing needs on that continent. I'll get to this in a second. I feel that if our natural resources were better managed, that on each continent you could find the plants and animals that contain all the nutrients that a human being needs to live in perfect homeostasis. Yup, if all people had to survive on their continent alone, with no interaction with other countries, they could. Nature has placed everything we need within our grasp. And they really have. Nature has put everything on every continent. And some of you may say, well, what about famine in Africa? What about homelessness and starvation in other countries and other places? Well, and that's why I put the little disclaimer in there, is that if we managed nature better and we worked with it instead of just tearing it down, nature would the nutrients we need would be there when we needed them. Even in worlds where there's famine and drought and things are going wrong with nature, there's still the resources available if we manage them correctly to get to those people. And I truly believe that everything has been put here for us to work with us, not for us to tear it down. Here's another great example of how nature and the universe provides: the story of rain. As a master grower, I love a good rain. I love rain. My plants do amazing things when it rains. Every single time a plant receives water from the sky, they will grow greener, fuller, and taller. Would you like to know a secret? Well, would you? Punk? No, I'm kidding. Just kidding. Rainwater is pure H2O. It's just pure water, man. There's no chemicals added, no natural chemicals added, no synthetic chemicals added. It's just plain H2O from the sky. This water from the universe benefits plants better than man-made fertilizer. Nature provides everything you need for health and happiness in abundance. You really do, and that's my perfect example. When it rains, crops and your plants on your balcony just turn into these green, beautiful growing plants. There's just something that puts life energy into a plant in nature every time it rains. You can smell it, and then you can smell the trees giving off chemicals because they're so happy. Oh, I got water from the sky. And the plants use that water to benefit their life, which then benefits our life. It's a big circle. But man, rain is an amazing thing, and plants definitely seem to love it when it rains. One of the best ways to learn about nutrition for your body is to start gardening. Plant nutrient needs are actually very similar to human nutritional needs. Plants need nitrogen, oxygen, potassium, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, a multitude of micronutrients, water, light, etc. When a plant has all that it needs from its environment, it will grow big and strong, same as us silly humans. If we're putting everything our body needs into it, every single nutrient, and there's hundreds of nutrients we need. I don't even know the list of everything our body needs to take in every single day. But the same thing with a plant. Plants need a certain amount of certain nutrients every single day, and it's a variety of nutrients. It's not just one or two, but it's a variety of nutrients in a balanced way. And when a plant gets that, it'll grow perfectly every single time. And the same thing with us silly humans. When we have all the nutrients that we need, a variety of nutrients in a balanced amounts, then our body will grow healthy, strong, happy. Okay, it's about being balanced. And a variety of plants, putting those in your body, and I'll even say animals, because I'm a meat eater. I love my meat. And we'll talk about the vegan lifestyle later on. Vegans are awesome, man. They're just, kudos to you. I envy your lifestyle. But I do like meat, and we'll get more into that later in the book, so just hang on for the vegan discussion. Anyway, when a plant is deficient in just one nutrient, things start to go wrong. Leaves turn yellow and drop off. The flowers or fruits don't form as well, if at all. A plant without potassium will not develop fruit or flowers. Leaves droop, and the plant eventually dies. And that's just one nutrient, okay? And that's what I'm getting at. If you're just one nutrient off of where you need to be, you're not going to be as healthy, the same as that plant over there. The human body is exactly the same. If you stop taking potassium, your muscles will no longer contract, your heart will not beat correctly, which reduces your circulation, you will become sleepy, and without increasing potassium, you will eventually die. Now, what happens if you add too much potassium to a plant? Great question. An excess of potassium will begin to block the nitrogen absorption, which stops the plants from growing. Plants, especially in their vegetative state, need a lot of nitrogen. So if they don't have potassium, they can't uptake the nitrogen. It's about being balanced. This then creates other issues that must be treated with additional nutrients. Your body is the same. Your body with an overdose of potassium will shut down your kidneys, which will eventually lead to your unnatural death. So just taking one nutrient out of our life or out of the plant's life, the plant will eventually die. The same thing with us, man. Us in nature, we are a part of nature. We operate in the same exact ways. Our cells operate in the same exact ways. So embrace nature. There's really something to this. What I'm getting at is that you need balance in your diet and in your life. Too much or too little of anything creates a domino effect of bad health. The great thing is that nature provides everything that you need to be balanced in a balanced way. And that's really the end of chapter 10, because it's just a quick course that nature provides the balance that our bodies need. And our bodies, our minds want to live in a balanced homeostasis way. And we can get there if we eat a variety of nature. The minute you take a synthetic drug or you eat a packaged food and you're putting some unnatural chemicals in your body, that's going to create a deficiency in your body, and it's going to start creating unnatural, unwanted side effects. So then, as we've said in previous chapters, then you need to take some synthetic medicine because it's designed to balance out the unnatural effects that you get from your food. So you're constantly eating bad food, forcing you to take bad medicine, and it's just a cycle that we're constantly on. If you eliminate the processed food, or as much of it as you can really reduce the amount of synthetic pharmaceutical drugs that you need. So by eating kale and an orange and some grapes, you may be able to eliminate your blood pressure medication, so it's about balance. And that's really what that chapter is trying to get apart. And we're going to jump right into chapter 11 because they do kind of go together. Natural foods, good for health. Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food. Who hasn't heard that before? I mean, that's from Hippocrates in about 300 BC. So we've been preaching since the beginning of time that we're supposed to eat nature. In Genesis, it talks about the herbs were given to Adam and Eve for them to take care of, basically, and to provide for their meat and food. So we've been told since the beginning of time to embrace nature because it's gonna benefit our body better than anything man could make. Natural foods for good health. Fruit, vegetables, and herbs. That's it. The secret is out. The key you have been looking for is that simple. Every day you need to consume naturally grown fruit, vegetables, and herbs. Those three little things will allow you to reach homeostasis, the perfect balance in life. Fruit, vegetable, and herbs are instrumental in creating a happy, healthy life without trying because, have you heard this before? If you haven't, then you haven't been paying attention. If you keep your body happy, you can keep your mind happy, which will keep your life happy. It's really that simple. The big three, fruit, vegetables, and herbs, will provide almost everything you need to live in perfectly healthy balance. Each nutrient source provides different yet similar nutrient benefits. When you combine fruit, vegetables, and herbs by eating a variety of each, and that's key, man, variety is key. I've said it, I'll say it again, you can't just fill up on carrots all day. I mean, you're going to get some amazing benefits from a carrot. We'll talk about that in a coming chapter. Stay tuned. And you can eat kale. Kale is one of the most amazing plants on this planet as well, and has some far out amazing benefits, health benefits. But if you just ate kale, you're not going to survive. It's a variety, so your body gets a variety of what it needs. And we could say it goes back to prehistoric man that had to forage for his food. He was eating berries, he was eating grasses, he was eating barks, he was eating nuts. And he was eating meat occasionally, and that's really a key, and we'll talk about that later on. But a prehistoric man didn't eat meat every day, and so maybe our bodies don't need meat every day as well, and I kind of believe that. But yes, a variety of fruits, vegetables, and herbs, because your body will take nutrients, all those nutrients, and use it in our bodies the way our bodies need them to be used, in a balanced way. And then we get rid of the excess and the toxins, the body kicks those out. But eating a variety of fruit, vegetable, and herbs every single day will give you every nutrient that you need. Let me take a second and talk about meat. Well, here we go. As you noticed, I did not include it in the big three: fruit, vegetables, and herbs. Why is this? The vegan diet is pretty powerful, and vegans have proven that you can survive on a plant-based diet. They really have, and I don't want to take anything away from their diet, their lifestyle. Eating only fruit, vegetables, and herbs is an amazing, healthy thing to do, and so I would never discredit that lifestyle or that diet, because it's very, very healthy for you. Except it's a way to survive, and I want you to focus on that word alone: survive. You're not reading this book to just survive. I'm going to say that here in just a second. You're reading this book because you want a happy, healthy, balanced life that brings abundance to you. Now, hang on, because I'm going to get to this right here. The truth is that I am a meat eater, although I fill up on vegetables. I really love ground beef. I love a hamburger. I think I could eat a hamburger every day if I could. I would, however, substitute the beef for goat meat because it's more beneficial for our bodies. And right now, currently, it's raised in a more humane way. So the meat is by osmosis better for us. Excuse me, without the bad fat. Goats are all mostly organically raised, and the meat really just tastes like beef. At least when ground it does. It tastes just like a hamburger. Goats take up less space to raise and release less methane than cows, which would help our environment. However, Americans consume more beef than any other wealthy country, and Americans are near the bottom of the good health list when it comes to wealthy countries. I wonder if there could be a connection. Another connection to our bad health. The way, and I've talked about this in the last chapters, the way we raise cattle in this country, and really I'm guessing it's in the world now, that we shove hundreds, thousands of cattle in these small feedlot pens. It's dirty, it's full of poop, it's full of pee. The cows can't get their exercise, but they're fed, and excuse my language, a shit ton of corn, which is unnatural and unhealthy for the cows. So then we feed them a bunch of chemicals, hormones, antibiotics, which is not healthy for the cows. Then we eat that meat and we intake all those chemicals, and it's not healthy for us. So we need to figure out a better way to raise our beef, because maybe some of our cancer and disease issues come from the way we grow our food today. And that's kind of sad. We're killing ourselves. Have you ever seen the TV show Friends episode where Joey had meat sweats? Okay, sorry, man. Have you ever seen this show Friends, the episode where Joey gets meat sweats? It's actually kind of funny, but there's kind of some truth to this too. To this day, when I eat low quality meat, I tend to sweat profusely. My wife and I tested this, and when I eat meat without chemicals, farm-raised, grass-fed, no hormones, no antibiotics, naturally raised beef, cows, I have no reaction. It seems to be the chemicals in low-quality meats. So, because of this, I try to only eat naturally fed, grass, free range, or pasture, meat without any chemicals added. I will not buy meat with hormones or antibiotics in it. Let me point out that, if I go to a low or mid-range price restaurant, I'm eating meat with hormones and antibiotics in it. I don't do that very often, but when I eat at those restaurants, you can't really get away from it. As far as I'm aware, if you know some ways to get around it, leave me a comment and we'll experiment, okay? Excuse me. I will not buy meat with hormones or antibiotics in it, as they affect our bodies in a very negative way. I prefer non-GMO meat. GMO crops have all been chemically treated, so the animal's body is absorbing those unnatural chemicals as well. which means when we eat meat, our bodies will inherit traces of chemicals from fertilizer, herbicides, and pesticides. We've talked about that in other chapters. Glyphosate and chlorophylose from two of the biggest genetic food companies and weed killer companies in the world, their chemicals are showing up in our processed foods. It's a fact. It's not something I'm making up. Google it if you feel like it. You should actually do some research for yourself, make yourself feel smarter. But yeah, it's a fact. So these chemicals are showing up in our processed foods. And just think about this. Over the course of, a year, 365 days, you eat a box of crackers or you eat some crackers every day. Every day you're putting small traces of this chemical into your body. And over 365 days, those small traces are not so small anymore because they're going to start building up, and maybe that's where some cancers and other diseases are coming from as well. Our food system right now is not so good. Also, GMO corn and soybean fed cattle have less nutrient value than pasture-raised livestock. According to Healthline.com, conventional grain-fed beef is highly nutritious, but grass-fed beef contains more carotenoids, vitamin E, and other antioxidants. And there's that whole antioxidant word. Antioxidants help prevent cancers from showing up in our bodies. So here's just one example where the meat that we're eating, the beef that we're eating now, is proven to have less antioxidants in it. Antioxidants help prevent cancers in our body. Do you see that connection? So since the 40s or 50s, 60s, 70s at the latest, we've been eating this meat with less antioxidants in it. Maybe that's part of the problem with cancers in society in America today. Just trying to connect the dots for you so you can see what we're up against and why a natural process is so much better for our bodies. I feel that paying a little more money for chemical-free meat is worth the cost. Better quality meat makes a huge difference in how your body is able to digest it, which benefits your other life centers as well. Remember the 3 life centers? Do you remember what they are? Head, chest, gut. You keep those 3 areas of your body in prime condition, and you do that by eating and medicating with nature, a variety of nature. You keep those 3 areas of your body in balance, the rest of your body, the rest of your world is going to be just fine. I made my decision to continue eating meat because vegans do not consume vitamin B12 and some other smaller, less essential nutrients in great enough quantities to allow their bodies to reach perfect balance. I'm going to read that again because this is really the only issue I have with the vegan lifestyle or the vegan diet is really the vitamin B12, which is really a minor vitamin that we need in our bodies. It's not a huge deal, but because plants don't give this off and we've evolved to kind of need this vitamin, vegans will have to take a supplement, and I'm not a big believer in supplements. So it's a supplement to me is not a natural process. It's not a natural food, really. It's a supplement. I made my decision to continue eating meat. Blah 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 blah. We've already heard that, right? I'm gonna read it. I made my decision to continue eating meat because vegans do not consume vitamin B12 and some other smaller, less essential nutrients in great enough quantities to allow their bodies to reach a perfect balance. If you only eat plants, you will need to take B12 supplements to find balance in your body, which means, and this is just my personal feeling, which means you have to take a synthesized or man-made substance, a supplement. But if you have to take a man-made chemical, doesn't it kind of defeat the purpose of going vegan? And I guess that's my question. Again, the vegan diet is amazing. It's very, very good for your body. But by eliminating all sources of meat which contain vitamin B12, you're forced to now take a man-made supplement. So it's not a natural diet. And again, in my opinion, nothing against the vegan diet. It's amazing. This one little fact tells me our bodies are designed or have evolved to require the nutrients that can only be found or obtained through consuming animal protein. And that's just the way I look at it. Humans have evolved through thousands and thousands of years of eating meat that now our bodies require that one little nutrient, that vitamin B12. So that's the main reason I eat meat, or maybe the main reason I eat meat, is because I really love a good cheeseburger. I mean, seriously, man, a cheeseburger just makes me happy. It's the happiness effect. But I like it if it's good meat. No chemicals, no hormones, no antibiotics, grass-fed. We as a society need to figure out how to produce enough meat in a humane way without using chemicals. Maybe we could try going back to smaller local farms, growing crops and raising livestock for their immediate county's use. We don't need to feed the world, we do need to feed each other. Just a thought. And I'm not saying that we can't help each other, and we grow a lot of corn and soybeans that help other nations have enough food for the population, but maybe we're not doing it in a healthy way. And maybe if we learned how to condense our farms into smaller local farms, and we can take care of our communities in a natural way, and then if we have excess, then we send that to other countries and help them out. It's just a thought, and I know we can work more on that, so leave me some comments. Again, leave some comments, let me know what you think. Maybe we'll come up with a solution to feed the planet, and that would be kind of cool, wouldn't it? Diets and superfood fads come and go. When one of these new discoveries is publicized in the media, everyone thinks this will be the one. This new super diet or superfood will fix everything in my life. It will create a perfect life. People then jump on the bandwagon and spend a fortune on one superfood or super diet. And then they get tired of that superfood or super diet, and they're like, well, it didn't really work so well, so after 30 days, they jump to a new one. And then after, 30 or 40 more days, they jump to another new one. And that constant jumping back and forth, looking for the perfect solution by embracing one plant or one supplement or one diet or one exercise plan, is not going to accomplish your goal of a balanced, happy, and healthy life. It's really not. You need a variety, and it's really, it's about balance. And every time you're changing your diet, your body is doing this, peaks and valleys, we've talked about that, the ups and downs. It throws your body out of whack, and you can't think right. You probably have trouble sleeping. You really, it's about balance, man. 100% is it about balance with nature. Sure, there are some fruits and vegetables that have more of one nutrient or another. Some plant-based foods really are super because they have a high nutrient count in one area or another. For example, and this is pretty cool, kale has 200% of the recommended daily allowance of vitamin C, 300% of the RDA of vitamin A, and 1,000% of the RDA of vitamin K. And vitamin K is good for your blood, so you're going to have some amazing blood if you eat kale. I'm just going to tell you that's a fact. That's a crazy amount of vitamins in one serving of kale. It is a super plant, but it won't bring complete balance to your life. I've already said you can't just eat kale every day and nothing else and expect to be happy and healthy. You'll be doing pretty good though. Kale's pretty amazing. It really is. It's one of my favorite plants. I've grown it, I eat it, I put it in my smoothie. Kale's pretty good, love it. And I didn't always love it. 5 years ago I wouldn't touch it. It was bitter, it did not appeal to me at all. And today it's one of my favorite things to eat. It's so good for your body. It is the variety of natural nutrients that we put in our bodies that matter. It is the balance of nutrients that we consume together with our mental attitude. Remember, 50% of your health is in your brain. Remember that, okay? Again, if you're just joining us, check out the other chapters because we talk about that. 50% of your health comes from your brain. It is the balance of nutrients that we consume together with our mental attitude that will bring us to homeostasis. Changing from one super diet to the next only confuses your body, so it will never be balanced. This means your mind will never be balanced either. I can't say it enough. Variety with nature equals balance, which brings your life to complete homeostasis. Acai berries, coconut oil, hemp seeds, flax seeds, kale, chia seeds, goji berries, tiger nuts, they have all been called superfoods. And at one time, they could cure everything from hangnails and toothache to cancer and the Black Plague. I'm kidding, of course. Right now, it seems that CBD can cure anything. Well, I'm here to tell you that it cannot. Maybe your mind can heal all things, and maybe it can, but CBD alone will not cure all your health issues. More on this in chapter 19. One plant is not going to make you perfect. I keep repeating myself, so I'm sorry about that, but I keep repeating myself. And it's really, I hope you understand, it's about variety to create balance in your life. Along with superfood fads, let me quickly touch on the issue of super supplements. You know how I feel about supplements. I'm sorry, I'm going to repeat myself again. They're just not natural. I mean, that's really my biggest beef with them. They're not. There's no way you can take pieces of plants, put them together with some filler, and then call that natural. It's just not. Nature puts a variety of nutrients together in a perfectly balanced way in an orange. Man can't do the same thing in a pill. We're just not there yet. I don't believe we'll ever be there, but we'll see. Supplements are basically synthetically made nutrients combined to give you a power punch of health in a pill. Even many supplements that claim to be all natural are pieces of plants combined in an unnatural way. When you eat an orange, you get vitamin C as well as calcium, iron, magnesium, and other nutrients that will work with your body in a natural way. Because an orange is created in nature, just like you, the whole plant is what keeps you healthy, not pieces of it. One food alone will not create perfect balance within you. Just like extracting one nutrient from a plant will not create a perfectly balanced body. Putting synthesized supplements in your body won't create a natural feeling of homeostasis. You might feel good for a while. It might give you an up, some energy. If you're low on iron, I know that's an issue with a lot of women. If you take iron supplements because of that, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. I understand that. I believe eating a bunch of spinach might produce the same effect without having some man-made stuff thrown in your body. I haven't done any studies on that, so I can't tell you that's a fact. But I believe that nature has a way to increase your iron where you wouldn't have to take a pill. Your body works best when it receives a variety of natural nutrients from a variety of natural sources. Key word, man. The government will tell you the same thing. FDA says the same thing. 2 cups of fruit and 3 cups of vegetables every day, I think, is the recommendation right now. It might be 3 cups of fruit and 4 cups of vegetables. Harvard Health is like 6 cups of fruit and 8 cups of vegetables. It's a lot more. Get as much of a variety of fruit, vegetables, and herbs as you can. That's really the bottom line. Here's some news that'll make you smile. It is okay to cheat once in a while. We are not perfect. I've said this many, many times, and I'll say it again. None of us are perfect. I don't eat a perfectly 100% all-natural diet. As I've said, it's about 75% natural, organic. The other 25% is, again, occasionally a fast food place, some processed foods. For whatever reason, that's the world we live in. And yes, I'm guilty of it too. And I want you to understand that. None of us are perfect. And so if you have to cheat and get off the natural food for a little bit or a day or a meal, whatever, don't feel bad about that, man. That's just part of the world we live in. And it's okay to do that. It really is. Just don't do it all the time, because too much of anything is bad for you. Life is about balance. If you always eat right, then it's okay to grab a frozen food once or twice a week when you don't have enough time to cook. Don't beat yourself up. Remember, your mental attitude is half of your health. I can't say that enough. The way you think is 50% of your life, man. It really is. Don't beat yourself up. Getting upset over going off an all-natural diet is silly. It's not something to worry about. It happens. It's okay. Let it go. Enjoy your cheat days. Matter of fact, yes, enjoy every day. Here's an example of my diet on an average day. And I could get into the whole thing, but breakfast, I like an egg and some meat, maybe some toast. Definitely a smoothie is the first thing I try to embrace in the morning. I drink a lot of herbal tea, about 60 ounces of homemade herbal tea. And again, a lot of varieties of herbs. I mix it up daily. I have a base. If you check out my website, balancedbynature.net, you'll see a booklet in there, 5 herbal tea blends to balance your life. I have a base of herbs that I use, and then I add some other stuff to it. Then at dinner, again, meat, vegetables, fruit, my snacks, nuts, sometimes, I was going to say candy, but I really don't eat a lot of candy, once a month maybe. So really, yeah, nuts and grapes, I think, are my biggest snacks. I don't snack a lot. I eat my 3 meals and my smoothie, and I'm really good for the whole day. Anyway, I was just sharing my diet because you need to know that I am not perfect, and your diet doesn't have to be perfect either. This is really important, man. I guess that's why I keep repeating it. You don't need to have the perfect diet. You should try as hard as you can to eat fruit, vegetables, and herbs and get as much variety in your daily life as you can. But in the world we live in, the processed food and synthetic drug world we live in, it's difficult to do that 100% of the time. So don't beat yourself up. If for whatever reason, 3 days a week you're eating some crappy food or you're eating at one of the fast food joints in town, it happens. Enjoy that. If that's something you like, then enjoy it and use that to create the happiness effect. But don't embrace that. Embrace the fruit, vegetables, and herbs. And the other thing, when you have to eat processed foods, enjoy the moment, but don't get attached to it, seriously. I know that I could do much more in my diet, and I strive to do more on every day. However, and so the same thing, I'm not perfect, and that's really all I'm trying to say here is I'm not perfect. I also know that my body and mind are working in a homeostasis state. I can feel it. I really can. I've gotten enough fruit, vegetable, and herbs in my body that I'm at a point where I know I can go off diet for about 4 days. And I've done this on vacation before where I went back to my hometown and I love the food. I'm from St. Louis, Missouri, and the food there is just best in the world, especially if you grew up there. And I guess that's the same is true for anybody. Wherever you grew up, that food is the best. And so when I go back to St. Louis, I will eat so much junk food and just pasta and some tacos, and they have the best pizza in the world, Emo's Pizza, but all St. Louis pizza in St. Louis, not Domino's. Sorry, Domino's, I'm using your name here, but any franchise pizza that says they have St. Louis pizza outside of St. Louis, it's not the same. I'm just going to tell you that. So anyway, the pizza I love. So anyway, I eat a lot of not really beneficial foods when I go back home. And the last time I was there for a week, so 5 days of eating bad food. And I got sick a couple of days after that. And so I blame my diet for that 100%. But generally, I can go 3 days if I have to and not eat a well-balanced fruit, vegetable, and herb diet. But that's really about it. So I try not to even do that. 1 day at the most, one meal at the most. The rest is pretty healthy and natural for me. When I feel out of balance, I figure out why and I adjust either my diet or my mind. That's why this lifestyle is so cool. You are in total control. You are the boss of your life. And through nature and a positive attitude, you can have the perfect life. I'm going to stop right there for a second. All right, sorry, man, I had to step away for a second, but we're back. We're going to talk about being out of balance. Okay, lost my spot. I'm there. We're good. When I feel out of balance, I figure out why and I adjust either my diet or my mind. Balance, man. Sometimes it's my diet. Sometimes it's the way I'm thinking. But those two have to work together to make everything else work. Head, chest, gut, the 3 life centers. They have to be in balance. But that's why this lifestyle is so cool. You are in total control. You are the boss of your life, and through nature and a positive attitude, you can have the perfect life. I seldom eat dessert. However, I do like ice cream, and a few times a month I will eat some. And as I've said before, but I think I'm going to kick this habit in the very near future. I drink 1 bottle of Mountain Dew on many days. And did I mention that my soda of choice has one of the highest amounts of high fructose corn syrup out of all sodas? It has about 200 milligrams of sugar and is loaded with 60 milligrams of sodium. It is such a not healthy soda to be putting in your body. Actually, I don't think any soda is really good for you. But Mountain Dew is really it's my favorite soda. I love it. It's an addiction. It really is. So I'm going to try to beat that addiction in the very near future. Leave me some comments. Give me some encouragement because I should stop it. As a matter of fact, high fructose corn syrup is the number 2 ingredient. It's water and then high fructose corn syrup, which listen to the last chapter and you'll hear all about that. I seldom snack. In my lifetime of observing people, and again, I was paid to observe people for 25 years, and I was pretty good at it, so I've done some observing. It seems to me that snacking and a lack of movement are 2 of the major contributing factors to obesity. And America, I forget what the numbers are, but we are one of, if not the most obese countries in the world. That's nuts. We have everything we want, and we're overeating not good food. If you must snack, fruit and vegetables are your best friends. Yummy. I know. Who doesn't love a plain old celery stick? But I bet you didn't know that an 8-ounce serving of celery has 30 milligrams of salt in it. Just a fun fact, thought I'd throw that in there for you. I don't eat plain celery sticks. I don't like it. Maybe some peanut butter I put on there. Celery, I like to cook with it. It's not something I eat just plain out of the box. I'll eat a carrot. I like carrots plain. I actually like organic heirloom carrots, the different colors, purple, red, orange, and we'll get into the benefits of these different colors of carrots in the next couple of chapters coming up. It's coming up real soon, but yeah, there's some huge benefits to colors of fruit and vegetables. It's pretty cool science. Personally, I love fruit. It is my snack of choice. It is sweet and gives you some energy, natural sugar and carbohydrate energy, not man-made sugar, refined sugar, high fructose corn syrup energy. This is natural energy, so much better for us. Eating fruit throughout the day, especially if you mix up the colors, and here we go, the color of fruit and vegetables can give clues to its health benefits. More on this in the later chapters, the chapter on vegetables actually. Stay tuned. They will provide you with healthy fuel for your cells. It will give you more sustained energy than soda, coffee, or a candy bar. Do you get tired in the afternoon? Add more fruit to your diet. Nuts are also a good choice for an energy-boosting snack. Nuts contain an assortment of nutrients including vitamins, minerals, micronutrients, and they are loaded with antioxidants. Anti-cancer, remember that? Antioxidants equal anti-cancer that can benefit your body. One study found that eating half an ounce of mixed nuts every day can reduce your risk of stroke by half. That's a pretty good benefit, right? Throw some nuts in your mouth and help reduce stroke by 30%. That's pretty good, man. Oh, wait a minute, not 30, by half. That's 50%. Life is about balance. That's why you need variety in your diet and your life. There is always a healthier alternative to processed foods, but the super cool thing is that you don't always have to choose it. I have my one soda on most days, which I offset by drinking 60 ounces of herbal tea to help cleanse the adverse chemicals from the soda. I balance the good with the better. Real quick, this little positivity hack here. Notice I did not say I balanced the bad with the good. Never say something is a bad choice. Again, you've made a choice. It's not good or bad choice. It's just a choice. You made a choice. Remember that your positive mental state makes up 50% of your health and happiness. You are always making a good or better choice. And that's just a simple little positivity hack that I've thrown in the food section here because, again, 50% of your life, your happy and healthy life, your happy, healthy, abundant life, 50% of that is your brain. So never say you made a bad choice. You made a choice, you know. There may have been a better choice, but still you made a choice. So it was a good choice, but there was a better choice. Never say it's a bad choice. It just screws your mind up and you think, oh God, I did something bad. You didn't. You made a choice. The choice was yours. You could have done this or you could have done that. You chose this, good or bad. You learn from it and you move on. It was just a choice. Anyway, that's the end of chapter 11. And the next chapters, we're getting pretty close to getting into some specifics on fruit, vegetables, and herbs, and that's going to be pretty exciting. So stick around. Thank you. This one went a little long. We're at 43 minutes, 44 minutes. I thank you all for being here. Leave me some comments. Let me know if I'm full of crap. If you agree with what I say, leave some comments. Let's get the conversation started. We can learn from each other, and that'd be awesome. Also, check out the Facebook group, The Happiness Effect. I will put a link in the down below here, whichever platform this is showing on. There will be a link to the Facebook group, The Happiness Effect. Join it. There's a couple of questions you need to answer. They're simple questions. Anybody can pass. It's not a fail or pass test. It's just a real easy test to see if you're really interested. That's all it is. So check out Facebook, The Happiness Effect group. Also, if you want to hear more of my thoughts and stick around and follow me, my blog is at balancedbynature.net. So check it out. Thank you for being here today. And just remember that life is about balance. A variety of fruit, vegetable, and herbs will balance your body. You will live a happier, healthier life. I guarantee it. It'll work every single time. So until then, until next time, stay balanced by nature. Have a great day.